My guest today on the podcast is Ari, who is a dear friend of mine. And although I don't usually do this, I wanted to preface this podcast with a little bit of an introduction. During this podcast, you're really going to get to see me and Ari's friendship from its core. There's a lot of laughter, a lot of love behind it. But at times we do get carried away in our own little world where we maybe say something that I know she doesn't find offensive and she doesn't think I would find offensive. But we joke, we poke jabs, we make fun of each other a lot. So I apologize in advance if that makes you feel uncomfortable, but I need you to know that that does not make neither of us uncomfortable, and it is coming from a place of love and of dear friendship. We also talk really much about her transition process, from her decision on her transition to as the back end of it and the side of things we don't see, which is like the mental side of things, and where her friends were for this time and who was there to help her during this process, and where her mental state was at before, during, and after, as well as the process of thinking about it and going about doing this transition period. So this is a very important podcast. We do lighten it up with some humor at times. We open with some humor just to lighten it up a little bit, but it's a very important podcast and it means a lot to both of us, and we hope that we can help somebody else down the line. So without further ado, enjoy this podcast with me and Ari. All right, what's up? Welcome on. It's like, it's a little different for those watching. We're on the couch today. Usually we do a little desk setup. I wanted to be a little more comfy, have a little more fun.
Sesh.
But I should make sure, and it looks good. But
you always look good.
Thank you. Serious right now, okay? God damn it. No, go. No, I wanted to open the podcast up with a great joke. Did you see it already?
No.
Okay. It says, it's from Twitter.
Okay.
So you know it's gonna be good.
Okay.
You're not trans. You're just gay and retarded.
Okay. Yo, I've been waiting for
Were you ready for that?
Oh my God. I've been waiting for so long to hear that. I've been telling everybody that I'm excited about this joke. That's hilarious.
I thought you'd find that funny because I saw that and I was like, oh my God.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know.
Pages are you
for the
following?
record, I don't know if that's a joke or not. I have no idea. I just saw it and I was like, I think it's funny. I don't know.
It's funny.
Actually, it looks like it came up on Instagram and I screenshotted it.
Shit.
Whoever this guy is, let me just say, if I was to guess, if we were to do a guessing game of like, what political party are they?
Oh, God.
I'm going to go with Republican.
Yeah, I'm going to have to guess.
He's got an American flag.
Oh, yeah. That sells it.
And yeah. Anyways.
Like
okay, cool. I'm glad.
I like
this is
one.
going to go one or two ways.
Ah,
We're going to have to edit this out or we're going to have a good time on the podcast.
Oh, that shit's funny.
And I think what I'll do is I'm going to clip just that part.
Okay.
Just me saying that,
Okay.
and then put that on the internet. And we'll see what happens. But then you have to come out and be like, he's not really. It's not. He's quoting someone, guys. Listen to the whole thing.
No, I'm just gonna be like, damn, Jacob, I cannot believe you talking to me like that.
We talk about like cancelable offenses. Okay, so I swear this bigger influencer person that I've met in person and had a good time with and whatever. I haven't hit him up in a while, but I was like, now that I'm doing this more serious, I was like, hey, would you like by chance want to come on the podcast? And I never expect anyone to say yes.
Right.
So, and that person was like, yes, absolutely, I'll come on. 2 days later, I posted a picture, not thinking about it. I don't know. I was feeling good about myself. Mustache out, hair no longer long, all that good stuff. And I put a picture, and it was the song I used was Swagger, which is Excision and Datsik.
Yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it because I was just, I was just feeling I got my swagger back, okay? And so that's the only part of the song I put too was the guess I got my swagger back. That's all I put. I didn't do anything else. And then they sent it to me. This person sent it to me and he goes, "Oh no, not that song,
not Datsik."
Like, oh, and then he reached out to me since. And I'm like, oh, that must have rubbed them the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I don't know their story. To each their own. They might have had a experience. The camera just moved. That's unbelievable.
No shit. I thought we locked it.
Little bitch, you.
Fuck you.
That's bizarre. How did it just? Anyways, we're gonna keep rolling because I want it to start over.
Do it.
But how did it just do that? I'll scooch in.
Maybe it'll.
Close to you.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
oh,
get real close to you here.
That's all right.
But anyways, yeah. I don't know their story. I mean, I don't think they're mad at me. But like, it's like, oh, okay. I guess there goes that.
Yeah. That's so funny.
But I understand that stuff.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here being like, I don't get it.
I mean, I saw the Chick-fil-A cup. I was about to cancel you, but we're not going to talk
You
about
wanna
that.
know what's in the fridge is a gallon of sweet tea from
Oh,
Chick-fil-A.
all right.
Yeah.
I don't like sweet tea.
That's the Southern in me.
That's valid.
There's no doubt about it.
I grew up here, so.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I can't go a day without sweet tea.
Fuck that.
I know.
It's too much sugar.
I have a friend that calls it dishwater. You can drink that.
I could see that. It just doesn't taste like anything to me. It just tastes like sugar.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is. I'm gonna keep going here. I'm gonna fix this because it's gonna annoy.
What's up? I'm Ari. I like long walks on the beach, and heavy bass music and lasers. Wait, no, that way. You're right there.
All right, at this point, we've had so many problems with this camera, so we're just gonna listen to the audio if it bothers you. We're just gonna roll.
All right.
Scooch in.
I'm here for it.
And hopefully it just like that's at least better right there. Okay. Anywho, gosh, that would distract me. So maybe we'll start over.
Okay,
I'll tell my joke again, and then
okay.
get it twice on the same pod.
Yeah, he followed, doubled down, stood on business.
One of the main things this weekend that people need to know about is that we are here podcasting when we should be at Lost Lands. And that meme where it's like, it should have been me, that's us.
It should have been
me and it should have been us. And if you're there right now, yeah, big middle finger to you. And I wish I was there under the bass music. I guess I now have to go next year. I feel like a reasonable thing.
I'm down to go next year and have it be my last year.
Yeah, that's what my friends were.
Yeah.
Most of my friends are there now. That's why I was trying to go. But then if some that didn't go this year were like, okay, fuck it, we'll make next year the last year for sure. I think we're gonna do like I think one of them wants to do their joint bachelorette party. What's your take on joint bachelor and bachelorette parties?
I mean, like they're partying together, or they're both gonna have separate bachelor and bachelorette parties at Lost Lands.
They're doing them together.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I mean, it sounds like,
I guess in theory they could camp separately and we could camp separately, but I think the idea is like we're all just gonna go together.
It could be fun. I don't know. Like when I was with my ex-wife, like I feel like we did our bachelorette party together because like we all have the same friends. So like
double bachelorette parties.
But like that would be hard. Like if you were getting married, to a friend that also has like mutual friends, is it gonna work? If you have like mutual friends, like I feel like I would be sad if like my guy friends weren't there for my bachelorette party. So I mean, I feel like that could be a cool concept.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything. I don't have anything against it.
I would more consider it like a marriage party rather than like
calling it
a wedding party than like a bachelor and bachelorette party.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
But I mean, I'm here for it, especially at Lost Lands. That would be sick.
Yeah, I think even the festival idea is better. I'm actually got invited to another. I think that's also a little bit of the times here where like we're so poor that we can't do. It's like let's just combine them. Right. Everyone can just do one trip.
I feel that.
Like it's so much. Like, the wedding's also fucking $20,000.
Oh my gosh! Like at the lowest, yeah.
Yeah, at the lowest. It's crazy. Weddings will never get married. And
that's
so
what
far,
you say now. That's what you say now.
So far,
I'm looking for my second ex-wife.
So far, things are panning out for me, guys. That plan is going strong.
It's going strong.
And I don't want it to. Anyways, but I do want this whiskey.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot of tequila too. Yo, I went through a drive-through liquor store today. And I feel like that shouldn't be a thing.
It shouldn't be a thing. We had them in Florida.
Of course, it's Florida.
Not only that, the funny thing was we had one that was on campus. Not on campus. It was just a street off campus in college. And I remember being like, that's so like, it's one thing to have it where like adults are and stuff, but it's another thing to like kids.
Yeah.
You're putting it right next to campus.
Yeah.
And like, I know kids could walk over, but then on the flip side, it's like they are literally just like, that's wild to me.
And you know they all have fake IDs too.
And they all have fake IDs.
Yeah.
Definitely do it.
Did you ever have a fake ID?
Oh, yeah.
Can we say that? Incriminate ourselves?
Can I say that?
I promise I'm 28 now.
I don't know what the rule in that is, but I did. But you know what? Fuck it. I mean, what are they going to do? Go back to find the transaction?
I had a fake
Paid in
ID.
cash, bitch. Track that.
Yeah. I had a fake ID, but I didn't drink until I was 22. I had a fake ID simply so I could go to the bars and to the clubs with people, and then I would be the DD home. But I literally just used the ID to get into the club, and then I didn't drink.
That's a wild thing to do.
But they bought me, my friends bought me my fake ID so that I could be their DD home all the time.
Wild. Cats are going crazy.
Cats are going nuts.
This
Pussy
fucking
going crazy.
camera's fucking pissing me off. I'm so pissed at this right now. We're stopping the recording.
Okay.
All right, we're back. Camera's
Hello.
fixed. That was a bunch of bogusness. I'm taking a sip to deal with that. My apologies to those watching and or listening, because we're not cutting it out. So we shoot from the hip here.
Yeah.
Because we believe in guns. Okay, moving on.
That's crazy. We believe in guns. Guns exist, baby.
That's true. Whatever. A lot of things coming out and get me in trouble for this podcast.
Fuck.
But, you know, we like to have fun. So, anyways, I forget what we were even talking about before. Oh, the drive-in liquor stores.
Oh, yeah.
Bananas. I don't understand how that's possible or legal.
Right. I went to a drive-in dispensary the other day.
That's yeah. That's there. That's
There's
on the same
people in
line.
jail for marijuana
Right.
crimes.
100%.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that's a weird one. They should just get rid of all that stuff. Have you heard like the farmer stores? So we have those in Florida too, which is like kind of, in the sense, it's like a drive-through like Pickwick or like gas station without the gas.
Okay, all right.
But they do sell beer in like wine coolers and wine there.
Okay.
Some
But
of
does
them.
it have the alcohol percentage like limit that they can sell there? Like they can't sell hard liquor?
Yeah, I would say they don't have a hard liquor
Yeah,
license,
okay.
so it's just those. But we used to go to those when we were young
Oh, okay.
and drive through there.
Yeah.
And pick up whatever.
Whatever the hell you wanted.
Yeah, oh my god, you get all the beer you needed.
Pick quick. Do you remember Come and Go?
Yeah, they still have those.
No, they don't.
Oh yeah,
they all
do.
got bought out by Maverick, at least in Colorado.
Yeah, they got some in the South
Oh,
still. They
I
got
need
some come
some
and goes
merch.
still.
I
Yeah,
need
I know.
some
I was like, how
merch.
did they not have merch?
I think they do.
They got played right into that. They could have made $1 billion.
Imagine a T-shirt.
Favorite
Just says Come
gas
and Go.
station?
Favorite gas station.
Like Buc-ee's is like up there. Everyone always loved Buc-ee's, but let's dumb it down a little bit, because Buc-ee's is almost like I think of like a Walgreens.
Yeah.
With more stuff. But then there's like I go Wawa.
Okay. If we're talking like gas stations, we're just talking about the gas station, Murphy Express. Do you have those in Florida?
We did have some in
Yeah.
Tallahassee.
There's one right down the street from my road, and it's always got the cheapest gas.
It does always have the
Yeah,
cheapest.
always.
Okay, that's how it was.
Always.
That's the craziest thing.
Like
ever.
it's like 7 cents cheaper than King Supers, like directly
Yeah.
across the street.
I have no idea how they do that.
Yeah, I don't either.
They always are cheaper at Murphy's Express. They're always fucking cheaper.
I think maybe it's those things that if you're cheaper, the more people will come. So then you're making more money anyways, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
But
know
yeah.
how that works. Well, you know, like they don't make much on gas. Like the gas station itself, obviously, like the fucking company.
Right.
But like the gas station itself, because my buddy and his dad owned like 2 or 3 gas stations, and he would work them, and he's like, "Dude, we make maybe a cent sometimes off of the gas, but like we make more of our money on like the drinks, the food."
Well,
and, like,
yeah,
the
they're double
cigarettes
the
and
price
stuff.
that they're normally selling at a like grocery store, so that helps.
Yeah, that's true.
I got
know.
fired from a gas station once.
That how?
This is a crazy story. I was working at a gas station in college, and it was like literally 20 or 30 steps from my front door of my apartment. So like easy. Like I go there, it took me maybe a minute to walk to it. And I ended up getting fired because you know those rollers that they have the hot dogs and the corn dogs on?
Mhm.
Well, after like 4 or 5 hours, you have to throw them all out because like they've been sitting there for too long, right?
Right.
But I don't care. Like
You're
five
eating?
5 hours and 1 minute, I have to throw them out. But 5 hours and 1 minute, I'm still willing to eat them.
Yeah.
And it's like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm studying for my physics final, and I eat one of the corn dogs, and I mark that I like threw it away because I took it off the roller, and I got fired for it.
They watched you on the
They
camera.
watched
eat
me, and they
you.
were like, "You ate one of these corn dogs," and I was like, "Yeah, I had to throw them away anyways." And I was like, "But like, I've worked in a kitchen, and I know that things are good past 5 hours. Like, let's be so real. Like, let's be so real. When have you not been drunk and eaten a piece of pizza that's been sitting there in the box for like 6 hours, 7 hours, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Sometimes you just eat stuff. Well, I was hungry, and so I ate it. I got fired over a corn dog, and she was sitting there like acting all high and mighty, and I was like, "Babe, like no hate to you
Babe, it's a corn
for
dog.
working at a gas station, but like it's a gas station. This is not what I'm trying to do, so I'm not really worried that I got fired." What I'm worried about is that I don't have this like income that I was having, and I gotta find another job.
Yeah.
But
I'd find another gas station.
but
to work
like
out.
it's a corn dog. Like chill out.
You telling me I have to go to another gas station?
No,
It's a
for
competitive
real.
market out there.
No,
for the
and I ended up
convenience
getting a
store
lot
world.
better job, so it ended up being like a blessing in disguise. But it was so funny because I called my mom. It was the first time I'd ever been fired from anything. And I was like, Mom, I just got fired. And she goes, okay, who cares? And I was like, well, I care because like I don't like, I don't like people not liking
I
me.
want
And
that rep in the gas station
Yeah.
community.
Oh, it was
I want
crazy.
that rep when
Well,
I go
and
to
then the
another
problem was is
convenience
that I was
store.
like, I'm sitting at my apartment at like 2 a.m. and I'm like, I gotta go get a drink at the convenience store. And I'm like, I gotta go in the place that I just got fired. So don't work at a gas station. You can't go in there anymore because then it's awkward.
Or work at one that is very far away from
Very
you.
far away from your house.
So you don't have to ever use. That's a good
Oh,
we're
man.
minimum 50 minutes away.
Have you ever been fired from a job?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
corporate jobs.
Oh,
yeah,
shit, okay.
like, yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say fired. I let go,
Yeah.
but saying what's the
It's
difference
nothing.
in my opinion. Yeah, no, my first job out of college, I was with them for like 3 years, and they had like rounds of layoffs. Like, and I was like the third or fourth round at least, but like still it was just like, oh man. Well, actually that one was not. Oh man,
Man, that sounds
fucking
like
hated that job.
Survivor Island.
Yeah, no,
Like-
I honestly was like, thank God. So the way that worked, which is crazy. Now that I look back, I don't want to say it's predatory, but like it's somewhat close to it because what they do is they like go to campuses, they get college kids into their entry level, and they got like a leadership development program, which it very much is. Like all the things that they do preach, they do.
Right.
So it's not like they're like saying it to get you in. But what I mean by that is like they do these things and the leadership development program and they like push you through quickly. So like you're getting promoted quick.
Okay.
And then like if you want to move to corporate, they'll promote you as well as give you like a sign-on bonus, but then you sign a 2-year contract.
Oh.
And then if you leave, you have to pay back that money.
Does that mean they can't fire you for 2 years?
No.
That's
Right.
That's not okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I, at like 22, 23, I get this opportunity to move to corporate, do marketing like I want to do. And I'm like, well, damn, all right, maybe I'll do it. Let's do it. Sign the paperwork. And again, like you're getting $20,000 to $30,000 the second you sign the paperwork.
Oh my gosh.
Which at 22, 23,
Right.
who's going to say no to?
Right.
Especially if it's a job you want to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so you do it. And then like I was there for like a year and a half, or I was there for really like 8 months. And I was like, this is not chalked up to what I thought it was. Like, I want to get out.
Right.
And then it's like,
And
oh,
then-
well, you're going to owe us $10,000
Oh, what?
because that's half the money, right? They
Even though,
prorate it.
even if they lay you off?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
they lay you off, or you don't pay it back.
Oh, okay.
Which
all
is
right.
why when I got laid
You
off,
were
I
stoked
was
about
like,
it.
that's
Oh,
out.
yeah. Okay. I
I was
get
like,
it.
I can move home, I can get a new job,
Yeah.
and I can keep the money. Let's
Yeah,
go.
hell yeah.
Like, yes.
That's so
'Cause I had
funny.
other friends that were like, fuck, I want to leave so bad.
Right.
But they get fired, they're like, you bastard.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Imagine like being rooting to get fired. That's so funny.
Oh my God. It was one of the few times I remember my buddy, one of my good friends growing up, like texted him and I was like, I just got let go. And he called me and he's like, I know. And he tells me the story too. He's like, I called you and I knew it was like one of two things. Like, you're either going to be fucking stoked or you're going to be so depressed.
Right.
And he goes like, you answer the phone. You were like, what up, dude?
What up? Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to the bar with the other people that got laid off.
You trying to come? Oh
Literally.
wait, no, you're at work.
Well, and then the other thing that was said about that was like there were other people that loved it and then they got let go. And I'm like, damn,
that
I wish you
sucks.
didn't get, like, you just bought a house here.
Right.
Oh, that
Like lay off
sucks.
the people that want to get laid off.
Right,
Like,
right. Do
You're
your
like, can I
research. Do your
trade? Can
research.
I switch? That's so funny.
Oh my God, that job sucked. Yeah, and I've had one where I got let go and I did like it. That sucks.
That sucks.
Because you're like, and then not only that, like I was doing good at it and I was just like, I don't understand,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah, because like, growing up too, I don't know, like your parents, like my parents, it's like, you work hard.
Yeah. Mine was the same
you,
way.
You go to a good company
I got an Air Force
and
dad.
you stay there.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, yeah.
Okay.
And then you do it. And I was like, I'm doing good. And
Yeah.
then they're like, well, yeah, but we're going to let you go. And I'm like, but wait a minute.
Sometimes, like,
guys,
yeah.
I'm doing good.
That
though.
shit happens.
Like, that's what
I
was told.
used to love my old job, and it was so crazy because I got put on a 90-day probation because of something that I was doing, and like whatever. Like, so I was like, okay. And so I really started, and I had been in the company for like 2 years. So it's really possible that I had like started slacking off and like kind of like taking advantage of the fact that I've been there for 2 years and like
Yeah.
my loyalty to the company. But then they put me on this probation, and I was like, shit, I should probably step my game up a little bit. And so I did. And literally like 65 days into this 90-day probation, I remember my supervisor telling me, she was like, hey, we've really seen improvements, and like we really like the work that you're doing. And I was like, sweet, cool, all right, like I just got to keep
Just
this
keep
up.
this
I can
up.
keep doing
Yeah.
this. 3 days later, they call me and fire me. And I was like,
Yeah, what the hell, Linda?
You just told me, Cindy. Like,
Yeah.
shout out to Cindy.
Shout out Sydney.
Man.
Sydney just told us.
I got some tea about Cindy, but
not this podcast.
not this podcast. But anyways, so yeah, it was crazy. And then I ended up taking a job that I didn't want to do, but it was money and it seemed easy, and it was, and I got free donuts. But yeah, that was not good. And then I ended up getting a call while I was working there to the job that I have now, and I've been there for a year now, and I love it.
Nice.
Every single day of it.
It makes a hell of a difference when you have a job you like versus a job you hate. I mean, again, I've been there with jobs you hate, and you're like, God, the clock just move any faster
It
today.
seems
And
like
then you
it's
wake
like
up
not
the next day, and
moving.
you're like, fuck.
You're like, yeah.
Damn it.
No,
Yes, it's a big world of difference. On the job I'm at now, I mean, if it could pay more, it'd be even better. But
Right.
but I do like what I do, and
Yeah.
it makes it go by easier.
That's
and
all
it's a
that
fun
matters.
time. And yeah, but I will say, even the shit jobs, some of the best things about the shit jobs is the people you work with.
Oh,
though,
yeah.
because they also, generally speaking, most of them also realize it's a shit job,
Right.
And so you're all kind of in it together,
Yeah.
and you have this thing with like them, this little bond that your bosses don't know about, which is like,
Right.
you fucking hate it here.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Well, and I would argue that like whenever you like move to a new place, you're looking for a new job, or you're just kind of like trying to get your bearings. Like I think like a service industry job, while they suck, but like being like a waitress or a hostess, like somewhere that you're just like in your place, like you're gonna meet some of the best people. Because like when I worked in an Italian restaurant for like 7 years, when I first got my first job at 15, I worked there for 7 years, and like that's how I met my wife. And so it was like crazy because like it ended up being super toxic, but like and now she's my ex-wife, but
I always forget you're married. You were married.
I'm technically still married.
Well, yes, we could.
I'm technically still married.
It's on the internet now.
We're not gonna talk about that.
We're
getting a shot.
Yeah, I'll take a shot after that one. I'll have a sip.
Don't
because
get married.
I'll take a sip. How long were we together?
We were together for about 6 years.
Mm.
We were married for, we've been married for like almost 4
I'll
now.
cheers to that. I had like a 6.5 year relationship before I moved here. So cheers to that.
Shit sucks. Yeah, but that's something crazy that I've been dealing with lately. Is that just kind of like, man, I hope she doesn't ever see this, but like it's been interesting because seeing like my ex-wife move on with somebody that like I'm super happy that she's with. It's really weird because like
Yeah.
I always wanted her to be happy, but I
But with
was
me.
expecting it was going to be with
Yeah.
me, and like now I see that she's happy, and like I can't be mad at that.
No.
And like I can't be mad at the reasons that she left me, and I can't be mad at the situation at hand. And so it's just like sometimes I wish I could be mad, but I can't. Like the only thing I've ever wanted is for her to be happy.
Yeah.
And she is. So like I'm stoked for her.
Yeah. I know that feeling. That's, or I would say, that's pretty real love.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
it just is, because like at the end of the day, yeah, you don't want to see them not happy. You
Right.
know, like that is real love to its core. It might not be the real love in the sense of like a fairy tale movie ending, but it is real love because you're like, I'm just happy that they're fucking happy,
Right.
and I know that is out there for me,
Right.
at some point.
It's gotta be,
Yeah.
and like I think
Or
when it
you,
when you talk about like when you talk about like movie endings and stuff like that, like I don't know. I think that I could consider, it's kind of depends on your perspective, because I got my movie ending. Like I get to live every day as myself, and she gets to like have her man that she wants to have kids with and like start her family, and like that's not something I can give to her.
yeah,
So like I gotta respect that. And
Yeah,
like
100%.
she was real with me about it when she left, and like I was like, I get it. So
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, that's all you can really ask for, is people just be real with you. That when people aren't, when they aren't real with you, that's when things just get way more like it's just complex.
Right.
There's lying, more feelings get hurt. It's almost the opposite of like everything. I look back at like high school relationships and stuff, and that's definitely something very few people, if any at all, in high school understand. Which
Yeah.
is like, they always like there's something, and you're like, I'm not really understanding this breakup. It's because they're not just being honest with you. Like,
Right.
that's really the reality of it.
Right.
When you don't understand what's going on, it's because they're not being 100% real.
Right. And you feel
Like,
lost.
Yes, you feel
Yeah.
lost, and that feeling sucks. Been there. Sure, everyone has, but it is something that like it's the opposite of what people think, which is like I'm going to spare their feelings. It's actually the opposite.
Right.
It is so
Just tell
much
me the
more
truth.
freeing if you just be 100% real.
Right.
Because it might hurt at first, but they'll legitimately be able to process that shit way quicker and be like, okay, wait, no, he's being real. Like
Right.
he's or she and he are being fucking real about what the fuck they said.
Yeah.
And I can just fucking, all right, cool. I can wrap my head around it enough to go, all right, that's it. I gotta move on.
Right.
Whereas the other thing, you're like, what if it's this? Or like, what
Right.
maybe,
and you just spiral.
maybe like in a year from now, she'll just
Like,
work it
maybe
out.
I have a
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
I got a chance.
right.
You're like, oh wait, no, I don't.
Well, and I think that boils down to like even like smaller things, like even just on a day-to-day basis. Like, I'd rather you tell me the truth and me be upset by it than to be upset finding out that you lied to me.
Mhm.
Like, one of my best friends, his name is Tori, and she is fantastic to the point that like we could be planning to hang out in 5 minutes and I'd be like, hey bitch, I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not
Yeah.
coming. And it's just like, I don't have an excuse. I'm going to sit at home and I'm going to do nothing. I just don't want to hang out. I don't have the energy for it. And
Yeah.
she's just always just like, all right, that sounds good. And like, we've got that like kind of like that communication.
I was actually just having a talk with someone today about this with like friendships. I don't know if you've had, like, this is also something I think with growing up, where like you gotta let people kind of figure their shit out on their own, and you can't push them in the direction that you think is right, even if
Right.
it is the right direction. For
Right.
the record, like if you're like, especially when it comes to like people's relationships, you can't butt in and be like, this isn't right, blah 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 blah, because like one, they build up a wall to you then, and then two, they might not trust you going forward.
Sounds really familiar.
Oh really?
Remember when you guys tried to get me to break up with my girlfriend?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. I do. I know what you're talking about. But I was there, and I was like, "You need to make this decision yourself." But yes, but that precisely, like it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't help the person that's involved, because it's a lot of like convoluted information. Or the flip side of it, they might not know what they want, and then they do something they don't want to do, and they regret it later.
Yeah.
Like that shit.
Yeah. I think I'd rather, in the grand scheme of things, I think I'd rather do something and regret it than to not do it and to
Well,
regret
yes.
not doing it.
Well, of course, but I mean, like, Matt, like you're in a situation where you don't know what to do, and your friend is pushing you to, like, let's just say with a relationship.
Okay.
You're in a relationship, things aren't going great, things aren't looking good on the wall. You don't know what to do though. Personally, you're like, I don't know, just like I love this person, I don't know what to fucking do. And you have a friend that's like, that's fucked up, you should break up with them.
Okay.
And then you do it, and then you're like, oh fuck.
Like, I should have worked
I
through
should
this.
have worked through this. I should have talked to the person I love about this shit.
Yeah.
And figured that shit out. That's what I mean when I say like you might push them in a direction that they then have regret. Versus just being the friend that's like, here, I'll talk to you about it, I'll listen to you about it, but ultimately it's your decision. I'm not here to make you do a decision, and I'm going to support you either way because I'm your friend. Right. That's what you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
You still want the friend to be real with you, but you don't want them to like push you in a direction.
Right.
And like I was saying, is I think that comes with like age. Like that's partially like the friend overstepping, and that's also partially you not being strong enough to realize like what's going on.
Right. Yeah.
It's a bit of both.
Well, and like I think that like feelings kind of cloud everything. Like, and especially like with people that kind of have that trauma from the past. There's like, I've been through this like breakup and it was hard, and like maybe I don't want to do it again. But like it's crazy to me because like I broke up with my last girlfriend and I don't even think about her. Like I'm more worried about like my ex-wife.
Yeah.
And so like I'm sitting here and I should be sad. Like I'm hearing music like come on the radio or through my shuffle, and I'm like, I should be thinking about like my most current girlfriend, but instead I'm thinking about my ex-wife that left me like 2.5 years ago.
But there's also a difference there because like the length of the relationship
Yeah.
is there, and that's a factor. We have a family friend back home who is going through a like 25-year divorce, and I'm
That's gonna be
like,
hard.
yo,
Yeah.
I can't fucking imagine that.
Right.
6.5 years was enough to fucking
Like,
break me and like
in
make me not
half.
want anything
Yeah.
for a while.
Right.
And that might literally kill me if it was
Right.
20 years. Imagine, I mean, literally dating someone and then marry. In total, they had like 25 years.
Right.
But like still, like dating and then marriage for 10, 15 years. And you're
Yeah.
like, and then the one day just on end it, I'm like, oh, I can't even picture what they're going.
Right.
I'm
Well,
like, there's not they spiral, they call. I'm like, fucking, I get it.
Yeah. But you could never get it, like, unless
Well,
you're in that
I
situation.
I get why they would spiral.
No,
and stuff.
yeah.
I don't.
Right. No,
yeah,
you,
there's
like,
nothing I can say. That's
right.
like, well, just
like, I understand.
your bootstraps up.
Your head up. No, I feel like
Have you tried journaling?
that's fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, I do like journaling, but I'm like, imagine. I mean, I would. That is something
Could
I
you
would
imagine?
definitely tell them to do. But it's like, but at the same time,
I'm
it's
getting
like,
divorced. You should journal
you
about
should
it.
journal about it. Yeah, it's been 25 years. I'm like, have you read the Bible?
Do you say your manifestations in the mirror every morning? No, I feel like when my parents got divorced, it was kind of like interesting for me because like I was definitely
Ooh,
like,
let's dive into that.
Sorry. I feel like when
No, I'm so serious. My parents were divorced.
Oh, okay.
We should dive into
All
that.
right.
I'm so
let's do it.
interested. in this.
So like when my parents got divorced, like I was old enough to understand it. Like I was 18 years old. And so like
Oh, totally different.
it totally different.
Yeah.
And like I feel like I couldn't fathom that as a kid. Like if I was like 6 or 7 years old and like seeing that my parents are getting divorced, that's gotta be hard. And like there's nothing that I could ever imagine that would be like that. Cause when I was 18, it fucked me up. Like, you know, I had this entire thought of what I thought true love was, and I saw it through my parents. And then when I was 18, like finally getting into the world and like seeing my own stuff, for them to be like, this isn't like we haven't been happy for a long time.
Yeah.
And so that was really hard for me because it kind of skewed my entire perception of like what real love is. And I think that's why like I have spent so much time trying to figure out what love is to me. And like whether that be like love through friends or like, you know, love in a romantic sense, like love has a lot of different meanings.
Yeah.
And then when I divorced with my wife, you know, like I mean, I couldn't get out of bed for like 2 weeks, you know, and like still like two years later, like I have days that I'm like, shit, this is a rough day. Like the only thing that I can think about is Melissa. And it just turned into and I went to my mom and I was like, how do you do this?
Yeah.
You know, like because my parents were married for 33 years.
Yeah.
And I was only married for like while we were together 1.5.
And so
like,
having kids and all
and
that.
having
Like, I
kids
think about
and,
that
like,
too with my parents. I'm like,
yeah.
how the fuck did you
And like my
you
parents
dropped me off at my dad's house and saw me at like practice with my dad? I'm
Yeah.
like, how did you fuck? I couldn't. My ex, I was like, oh, see ya,
Yeah.
and never again.
Right.
Hopefully.
I mean, luckily now that I run into my ex and I'm like, hey girl. And she's like, hey. Like me and my ex were pretty chill. But
I mean, there's no animosity, but for the record, so I had to say to my ex though, I was like, hey, I need space. Like
I really hope that
maybe
you're
at
good at
some point-
editing.
I'm not in any of
Oh,
this.
you're not editing anything? Melissa, hit me up.
Shoot from the hip. Shoot from the hip. Shoot from the hip. Yeah, no. I was too young during my divorce to like understand what the fuck was even going
Yeah.
on, really.
How old
Yeah.
were you when you
I
were
was like in first grade. I was 6.
Oh yeah. See,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah.
Like that's gotta be tough.
I had no idea. No, I mean, I'm the opposite.
Because
Like,
then it turned into just life. Like
right.
that was just what
it.
you knew.
I go back to my mom. I go to my
Right.
mom for 6 days, go to my dad for 6 days.
Yeah.
They had like a thing like that where it was like I split houses.
Right.
That was just life. I think funny enough, actually, my mom was visiting like about 2 months ago, and we were driving around the mountains. So I was showing her around. We were talking, blah blah blah, and she asked me like, do you think of like you good? Do we like affect you or something? Which is like a very random thing.
Yeah, no,
So I'm
I
like,
feel
okay,
you.
mom, what are you getting introspective all of a sudden?
Right.
What are you seeing a therapist all of a
Yeah.
sudden? I'm seeing a therapist. You shouldn't be seeing a therapist.
I'm seeing a therapist, thank God.
I'm not at the moment. I should. I've kind of Anyways,
Yo, I feel so bad for Sarah every week.
No, okay. But no, I was like, no, I don't think it like fucked me up at all, but I do think it like gave me. I think I have a lot more independence than most people because
That's
I was
valid.
like by myself a lot of the time,
Right.
even at a younger age. Like there'd be times where I'm at home or like I have to like figure, I'm getting a ride from this person now.
Right.
Like, and then I think the traveling thing's the big thing for me. Like I do get really weird about being in the spot for too long.
Okay.
Where I'm like, oh, I want to go do this or I want to go do that. Like when I lived back in Florida, actually this in Denver is the first place I haven't had that in a while.
Okay.
Where I'm like, oh, I want to travel. Like every couple months I get an itch to travel.
Okay.
Like all summer I could have done tons of trips. And I was
Right.
like, I'm here. I think there's enough for me to do out here.
Oh, yeah.
Where I'm not worried. Like I don't get that swirly.
Yeah, you went on
But
a lot of hikes this year.
I do a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I do a lot of outdoor shit. And there's enough where it's like something new every time.
Yeah.
Versus like when I was in Florida and in South Carolina. South Carolina, it was cool for about like 8 months. And then it was like every month I was like, I gotta go somewhere.
Right.
And then same thing with Florida. It's like I could maybe put it off for like 2 months. And then
Right.
I'd be like, I gotta go do some trips.
Well, I feel like Colorado is so diverse in like what it has, because if you go like way out east to Lyman, I mean, not that there's a lot of dew in Lyman, it's basically Kansas, but like it's different than like if you were to go way out west, you go to Grand Junction, and that's like way different than being in Breckenridge. And like being in Grand Junction or Breckenridge is way different than like the scene in Denver, like type thing. So yeah, I feel like you have a lot of options here in Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, it's been nice. Like I've been like, it even hit me where I was like, oh damn, I haven't like have the urge to move or be like I have to go home or I have to go do this. Like it was just like, oh, I'm good here. I can go fucking figure it out. I get really, and then like it is weird. I've said this in previous podcasts. But, like the mountains to me are so. I mean, nature in general, but for me specifically, the mountains. I'm like, I go out there and I'm like, oh yeah, life's good.
Yeah.
I'm on top of a mountain looking at things. I'm like, life's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I spent a lot of time snowboarding when I was growing up, until I blew out my knees too many times. But it kind of becomes something that you're just like really used to, because like I was born and raised here in Colorado, and so like I've been snowboarding since I was like 4 or 5 years old. And so I was going up one time. I took my friend that was from Chicago, and he was snowboarding in Chicago on the mountains, in the mountains in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And so I mean, obviously outside of Chicago, but like he lived in Chicago and he went snowboarding.
Yeah, I've been to those things.
Yeah,
they're nothing.
They're hills, and we're pulling up, like we're driving through like Evergreen, like just past Red Rocks, and he's sitting there like, oh my God, look at these mountains, and I'm like, oh dog, just wait, like give it like another hour, and like he's sitting there like starstruck out these windows, like looking up at these. He's like, I can't see the top of them, and I was like, yeah, they're mountains. they're mountains. They're 14,000 feet in the air, and
they're mountains.
We're getting up.
That is a rock.
We're going snowboarding, and like this is a normal thing at this point. I'm going like snowboarding like 2 or 3 times a week, and like staying up there. I used to stay at the condo of my 3rd grade teacher. She let me borrow her condo. Shout out to Miss Ruggs. Hell yeah, Miss Ruggs. But yeah, so we'd go up there and go snowboarding, and he's sitting there like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And I was like, yeah, this is Keystone.
It's live,
like,
baby.
This is just like what we do. And so it's kind of interesting to see people that come from out of state, especially with the amount of people that are coming from out of state. Like I feel like I used to be like, Denver's just kind of the place that I'm from, and there's not, and like everybody's like moving to Denver.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't get it. I mean, I get it, but like I don't get it. So
well, I think it goes. My theory is it's different. It is the different environments. You want to move somewhere you haven't been. Yeah. So, like for me, I grew up. So I have the same thing with the beaches. I'm like, it's the beach. Been here for fucking 25 years.
Right.
It hasn't left.
It's like the mountains are always right there.
Same fucking sand and water I see every day on there. So like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the beach. There's a whole different lifestyle there.
Yeah.
But like, for me, I'm like, I want to go somewhere that's different.
Right.
Something different.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like the East Coast, things are there are like different environments. Like, yes, the Carolinas are different than Florida. New York is different than Florida. But like overall, the weather is pretty similar. Yeah. It's humid.
God, I can't do the humidity.
It's got its cold season and it's got rain.
Right.
And so like it's pretty similar.
Right.
And then you come over here and you're like, this is all different.
Yeah, it's all different all the time.
Different here. Yeah.
Man, different. Like, the same day could be different weather.
Yeah. I have friends that moved to like San Diego and stuff, which is like, but even though that's still near a beach, way different than where we were. Like way different, even just everything about it.
Right.
Like, it's hilly. It's the I always call San Diego is like, it's like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. You know,
okay,
yeah. But I've said that shit to people, and people are like, "What?" I'm like, "You know about the fucking Hanging Gardens of Babylon? That's just like every city should be like that."
Yeah,
I don't understand that either. Like they're also worried about pollution. I'm like, why don't we just make a law where the buildings have to have gardens on them? Maybe that would help.
Yeah, until you get all the water costs to water all that. I guess it's
Well, ideally,
California.
you'd have the evaporation. It just
True.
fucking
That's
it
valid.
kind of creates its own little
Yeah,
ecosystem
okay, all
down here.
right, my bad.
But I mean, still, people. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in Tampa. I'm like every fucking building should have palm trees on it.
Yeah,
You know how sick that would be.
yeah, that'd be so
Fucking
cool,
awesome.
right? Just
Yeah.
put some grass on the
Instead, we'll
roof.
just put a fucking white looking
Oh,
building with
gosh.
some minimal windows, and we'll just do the best. That'll be it.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
sure,
Fucking Florida.
sure.
Jacob, I have to use the restroom. Sorry.
All right. We'll be right back. We're back. We're back.
Drink your water, stay hydrated.
You wanted me to tell another joke?
Yes, please tell me another joke. I'm so ready.
I don't have another joke.
Oh fuck.
But we'll dive into that now that we're back.
All right, I'm here for it.
We were on a subject change, anyways. My bad.
Let's just preface this with me and Jacob are good friends.
We're super good
We're
friends.
good friends.
The context of the joke, though, is that we're going to talk about trans rights and just the overall like transformation in a sense and that process. I mean, obviously, I don't know much about that at all, really, besides what you've told us. And we obviously make a lot of jokes about it, which is one of the best parts, which is why we're friends. I think we have both good sense of humors and laugh about things, make fun of ourselves, and blah, 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 blah. I want to, I guess, take it back to kind of the early days. And the goal with this would be to help someone who also was in a similar situation or is in a similar situation and maybe doesn't have a resource or isn't sure. And we'll make a timestamp here too to like that way they want to skip all the bullshit we talked about. They can't. But
skip to 40 minutes in.
Let's take it back to and correct me if I'm wrong too here, but I'm gonna say high school time frame because I feel like in general high school is a very confusing time for everybody.
Very much so.
For certain things, you got a lot of different hormones and emotions. You're starting to maybe like somebody. You maybe had a girlfriend. It fucking didn't work out. You had a boyfriend. It didn't work out. Some, just it's all these things are happening in high school that make you into the person you are today. But was there like a point in high school, because I'm sure people can relate to that, where like you were just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, first of all, like if you're feeling those feelings, like you're not alone. Like we're all here, and I definitely feel how you're feeling. I feel like the first time I thought about it was when shut up. I feel like when I first thought about it, I was like 12 or 13, and I remember texting my best friend Chloe, and I was like, I feel like I'd be more comfortable as a woman. She was like, you can do that. And it's 2010, and like, yeah, I could do that. I came from a military family, and like I grew up in like all boys, and I came from a very like standard family, and it was just kind of like something scary. And I was like, I can't do that. Like I would be disowned. I would absolutely be disowned. And like, seeing in the future, like my mom loves me, my dad loves me for who I am. And so like I, now in retrospect, and like, it's always 2020, and I'm able to see that, my family would have supported me, but it was a different time. And so I, like you said, I had a girlfriend, and she was great, and like definitely like my first love. And then was really confused and had a boyfriend for a little bit, until he told me he wasn't gay, which he has a husband now. So anyways,
we'll circle back to that. We'll be right back.
But like, and then I spent, that was when I was 13. I didn't come out until I was 23. And I got, kind of the courage, from my friend Victoria. She was the one that like, when she first came out, I was like kind of looking up to her. And then eventually like we met up at a Red Rocks show at Alice in Wonderland, and we had a great time. And I ended up like probably only 3 weeks later, like reaching out to her and being like, hey, I'm kind of having these same feelings, and I have for a long time, but I've just kind of not known how to approach it. And she really like helped me gain my confidence. And like, it's been 5 years now, almost 5 years. Let's see, it's August. Is it September? It's September. It's been almost 5 years, and I feel like I've grown so much in those 5 years. Of like when I first came out, I was really nervous to go into public because like people were going to stare at me and like people were gonna judge me. And now like I go into public and I hope people stare at me and I hope people judge me because like I'm uncomfortable living my life. So like if I make you uncomfortable, like maybe we're on the same wavelength. And I feel like it's kind of like it's an interesting game to play because while like I'm not trying to play with people's emotions, I just like I have a lot of emotions and the way that I think is a lot different than other people. Um, and I'm just kind of able to, at this point, be myself and not really worry about what other people think of me.
Right.
But it's definitely been like a long time coming. Like
Yeah.
I've had to do a lot of work with that.
I'm sure, and we all have our things we have to work on too. So I don't want to, that's very. I think that's very normal. It's just different per person
Yeah.
type of thing. Some quote that I have liked and I think is very true is like the hardest thing you've ever done in your life, or in your life, is the hardest thing you ever did in your life.
Yeah.
Because that's your life.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't mean it tells any less value than someone across the world that's fighting in a war or something.
Right.
It's just like that just happens to be the hardest thing in your life. And I don't, yeah, and that's not for me trying to take away from the gravity of that. But I do have a question with like, what advice would you give someone, say, in their younger years? And obviously times are a lot different now, where that is way more acceptable, and I think there's a lot more support around all that, which is awesome. But if they're still nervous, and let's say they're in high school or even college, and they're nervous, they're not really sure, they've got these thoughts and emotions, what would you advise, if you were willing to give advice, like to what they could maybe do stepwise? Is it like this is someone who doesn't know, but is it like trying different things out? Or
No,
is it
I
like,
get you.
Is it going to a therapist and talking about
Right.
it? Is it journaling about it? Like, what would you say are some steps where they could like kind of narrow it down and realize, oh, I am really thinking this and I do feel this way and I want to go through with it, or oh, there's just a thought and it's in passing.
Yeah, I
there's a big
feel like
difference.
the first thing that I would say is like find your people
Yeah.
that you trust. And like I found people that I trust to know that, I could start kind of feeling it out and seeing how it would be. I was with my ex-wife when I came out, and I actually kind of like I really screwed up when I came out because I told everybody but my wife
Okay.
first, just because this is the person that like, we'd only been together for like under a year. And so like, but I love this girl. I didn't want to scare her away. I didn't want to like
Right.
bring
so kind
my
of back to what we were talking about earlier. It's like the opposite of what you think's gonna.
And so like I didn't want to bring this up and like, lose what I had. So I really came out to like all my friends first, and she ended up being really upset about it, because she was like, you should trust me with
Right.
anything over my friends or over your friends. And while I get that, like she kind of understood where I was coming from. But I think my first like set of advice would be to find the people that you trust to tell.
Yeah.
And I think it's really been helpful over the past years that like I found people that really care about me no matter who I am, what I am,
Right.
whether I'm in a dress or I'm, dressed in cargo pants.
No
and a
dresses on the
t-shirt,
podcast,
like,
though.
yeah. And so like,
Kidding.
no
You just blew that off. Fuck you. Fuck you. I was like, all right, cool. We're gonna blow that joke off. Cool. Okay. So you wear whatever you
One
want.
second, I'm silencing my phone real quick. So I just like, it's because it's an urgent text. It's not that urgent. But also like I feel like another good step to take is definitely like getting into therapy. That was something that like really helped me. Shout out to Sarah. She's cool. She's my therapist. I've been talking to her for like 7 years now.
Shout out there.
And
Sarah.
she's like, I think that therapy is for everybody and that everybody could really benefit from that. Just somebody to talk to, because like I could talk to you and I could talk to Alex and I could talk to Ariana, but like y'all don't get paid to like listen to my nonsense,
Not only that, like there's certain people that there's very few friends with respect, and this isn't like a diss at friendships.
Right.
It's more so like very few of them will dive deeper into things, and that's where the therapist really comes in, which is like they might be like, well, why do you think that?
Right.
Versus a friend might just be like, I agree with you.
Well, and I
Actually,
feel like
yeah,
for
that's a good point.
friends, like I'm not trying to put that on you.
No,
like
yeah.
I got my own shit going on. I know you got
100%.
your own shit going on. So like I'm not trying to put that on you. So like I'm gonna pay this girl $80 an hour to like listen to my shit.
But that's also what I mean is like they will take this like listening to a step further.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
exactly.
make you kind of start to look in the mirror maybe a little bit or unpack some things. Whereas like a friend, and there are friends that will help you with, but they're not going to do it in a therapist manner either.
Right.
That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
It's like there's a weird, not a weird thing, but
Yeah.
it's just a different thing.
And I feel like my biggest piece of advice is to just like understand that like in the end the only person that you've got is you. And so
Yeah.
like you've got to love you and accept you for who you are, and that's like the best way to respect yourself. And I'm not saying that like you can't have questions, and like I get frustrated with myself sometimes, but like I definitely understand that the one person that I've got that I'm never going to like, I can't leave me,
Yeah.
so like I've got to be okay with me. And so I've really learned to like love me, and I've had friends come in and I've had friends go that,
Yeah.
don't necessarily agree with my side of things or how I handle myself. But you just got to like understand that like people come and people go. And if those people aren't willing to accept you for the true you, those aren't people that you need to keep around.
Yeah. And and I want to make this very known. This is not me like making light of the situation, but this is me saying that a lot of the things you're saying apply to just life in general.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like it's very important that you, in any capacity, live like that, because I agree with that statement wholeheartedly. It's like you don't want people in your life that aren't gonna like let you live to your fullest you,
Right.
and that sucks sometimes. But when you have that realization, you need to just like fucking hone in and go for
Right.
it, because it is like that. Like it is that basic. Like in those people leaving is gonna make room for people that do
Yeah.
support you and do have your back on certain things, and it leads to so much better friendships and relationships and those things down the line. And it's very important. So I just wanted to make that note, because I think it's, again, that's like, not only is that very important in this situation, it's
Yeah.
very important just like the whole life in general situation.
Right. And I feel like it's good to also find people that are like kind of in line with how you think and stuff like that, because like you and I, we get along really well, because I think that being transgender shouldn't be something that's taboo and shouldn't be talked about. There's and I definitely don't speak for all transgender people, because I don't
Oh,
want to
you do
like
today.
I don't want to like
They're
open
not gonna
that
like
can
you
of
opening this.
worms. But like I'm definitely very different in the sense that I want to make fun of myself. Like I think it's funny, and when y'all, when you tell a joke that if another person heard it, they'd be like, "Yo, that's fucked up. Like you shouldn't say shit like that." When you tell that to me, it makes it like personally makes me feel good, because I know I have a friend in you that like we can joke on that level, and like we're still going to be friends.
Right.
And I think that's really good, because I mean, like I make fun of my friends,
Yeah.
for the silly stuff that they do.
I make fun of my friends, and I make fun of each other all the time.
Yeah.
And it's a great thing. It's also a guy thing.
Yeah. No, but I love it, and that's the thing is like, while I consider, while I'm a girl, and I, definitely want to be considered that by people that meet me, like I'm also just one of the boys,
Yeah.
like, and like girls can be one of the boys, and like I'm here to hang out, like I'm here to kick it and like fuck around and do whatever the hell we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna get my feelings hurt,
Right.
because I know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah.
Like when I go out drinking with you and like all of our homies, like I know what I'm getting myself
Yeah.
into.
And by
like,
the way, we're having the best fucking time at the table.
oh my God, I
Everyone else
love
is
it.
like, and I'm like,
oh
you
no,
guys,
we're having
maybe,
a great
maybe
ass
you
time.
just start
Yeah,
laughing
you
with us
don't
and we'll
get
have a good
it.
time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and I feel like it's also kind of it makes me feel like I'm part of my group, like my friends that they're willing to make fun of me,
Yeah.
and one of my favorite comedians, his name's Anthony Jeselnik,
Oh yeah.
and
It's the
he
most
is
dry sense of humor
horrid. He's
possible.
horrid. He said some of the most horrible things. And he tells this joke at one point, and he's like, there's always that thing that you can't joke about. People have gotten past some of the things in the past, and now you can joke about it. And he's like, the one thing that you can't joke about right now is transgender people. And the entire crowd is silent. And he looks and he goes, "See?" And like, that's funny. Like, that's so funny, because like I love those jokes. Like, I mean, you heard how hard I laughed when you told me that joke. And honestly, that joke was awful. Awful. terrible. I cannot believe
I
you
didn't
said
know
that. I
this.
cannot believe it came out of your mouth, but I'm so glad it did because it was funny. Like I haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
I literally
Like,
saw it. I was like, I think she'll laugh at this.
oh my
And
God.
I like partially, part of me, dead ass. Okay, just to really revisit that, part of me wanted to send it to you first because I was like,
is this
"Ugh, maybe
okay?
we shouldn't." But
No,
then I was like,
I'm so glad
I
you
was like,
didn't.
you know what? I'm just gonna open with it, and worst thing, I just don't put it in.
Right.
Like, I
Well,
just
and
fucking,
like, I just think it's so
just
funny
kidding.
because
we
like
don't edit anything.
we don't edit.
We actually don't. So it would have definitely stayed.
I've never edited a selfie before.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure I've done that. We don't edit on the podcast.
Oh, all right.
We don't have the money for an editor.
No, and I just like, I think it's funny because
Need the help with that.
no, I got it. I'm an independent woman.
Oh, and I'm a nice man.
I don't need no man.
Yeah.
I already was one. Think I don't got that man in me? You think I don't got that dog in me,
No,
Jacob?
don't mean, you know. Ooh. Just because I'm a nice guy don't mean I don't think you can do it. All you ladies out there, don't get it twisted. Don't mean I don't think you can do it. Oh, I don't think you can open your car door? Get over yourself. I know you can open it.
You know, I used to date.
I've seen you get in it and wreck it. Okay.
I used to date.
I've seen you get in it in a curb. Okay.
That curb came out of nowhere. No, I used to date this guy.
I'm going to be labeled a lot of things in this podcast.
I used to date this guy Mo in college, and it was so funny because he used to sit there and
Hey, Mo! No? Okay. You heard that a lot.
I miss Mo, and I forgot what we were talking about, so it must not have been that important of a story, but
He totally derailed you.
It's just gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's okay. Shout out to Mo. He was sexy as fuck.
What advice do you have on the actual transitioning part of things, if that's something you would be willing to discuss? And we don't have to go into like specific details and stuff like that, but like I mean, I don't know anything about that process personally besides what you've slightly mentioned to us. And I mean, yeah, what advice would you have on that? You know, something that gets talked about a lot, which is like the almost like gravity of the situation and that decision.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take this lightly at all because I think this is very important. And I don't. But maybe you could say there isn't that much gravity to the situation. I don't know. So is that a tough decision?
Yeah.
Was it a tough decision?
It was a really tough decision.
And so let's walk through that a little bit of like, what was the process of this decision making? Like, you thought, okay, hey, I'm a dude, but I'm not feeling like a dude in this body.
Yeah.
Is the discussion then, is the next step, I do want to transition, or is it, you know, okay, how do I go about living like this?
Yeah.
Or a mix of both, really?
Yeah, and I think it's kind of starts with like I said, like coming out to all your people. That was the first thing that I really struggled with.
And when you say coming out, what were you?
So before I was a cisgender man, and I came out as pansexual when I was like 14. Pansexual is just that I'm attracted to the person rather than I don't really care what their gender is.
Okay.
It's just like as long as we have that energy and like I'm attracted to you, then I'm attracted to you regardless of gender.
Very nice.
And I've been that since I was 14. And when I was 23, I finally came out as trans. You know, like I said, I started with my friends, and then I told my wife or girlfriend at the time. We weren't married at the time. Told my family. That was kind of tough, but I think that kind of turned into okay. You know, I had to figure out what I was
go from here.
I was gonna go. You know, I had to figure out what name I was gonna go by and things like that. And
are you not? Are you?
I am. I am not. You know, and it was kind of tough because that was something interesting because you really have to think about.
I never even batted an eye about that.
What
I never thought about
people
that
are gonna call. You know,
Yeah.
and it's weird because you know in your first like couple months of transitioning, you know, you hear your name, like your name that you're now going by, and it doesn't necessarily register in your head.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, that's me.
I never thought about that.
That's me. And you know, because you're so used to being called your name all your life, like you hear that name and you turn, you know, and I'm like, oh shit, that's me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And now, you know, like my grandma, unfortunately she has dementia, and she calls me by my dead name. and she'll be like,
You guys
shout.
call it your dead name?
She calls me by my dead name.
But is that what you,
Oh
the
yeah,
name
that's
is the term?
what it's called. Yeah,
Oh my
like
God.
when you have your name that like
I never knew any of this.
yeah, dead
Sorry.
name. No, I love it. And I
Respectfully.
think that's cool because like I think the education piece is like I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like I want people to know.
Yeah, I'm the dumb guy that doesn't know.
No, I love it.
I'm just a dumb
but like my
white man that doesn't
cis
know.
white man.
Cis white man.
That's a slur, by the way.
Just said a slur by accident. Sorry.
So I know, like my grandma calls me by my dead name, and like she'll shout it across the house because like she's been staying with us, and I'm like, oh shit, that's me. Like I forgot. You know, it's been 5 years, and I like literally forgot my own name, which is like a crazy thing to say.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I went to Costa Rica in April, and I had to use my passport of my old name. And so they.
So have you legally changed? You have to legally
Yeah, I've
change
legally
your name?
changed it.
Okay.
But it's expensive to renew your passport, and so
Yes, it is.
So I just booked my flight under my dead name, and then I used my dead name passport. That was a whole hell of a situation at customs because then they pulled up and they were like, "You don't look like a man," and I was like, "Oh yeah," and so I got like detained for a little bit, and they like had to figure out who I was. Luckily, I brought all my papers and everything like that, like all my name change papers and everything. So, anyways, but like it's kind of interesting to like it's kind of interesting to like, you know, have to basically like learn a new name.
I didn't ever thought. Yeah, that's
You know,
interesting.
and but I mean like past that, like once I figured out what I was gonna go by, I told all my people, you know, I started taking hormones, which has been like 5 years. I started with taking the pills, and literally before I took my first one, like I literally looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, is this really what you want to do? And it was really kind of a conversation that I had with myself. Like, I don't know if y'all do that, but like,
Oh yeah.
I talk in my mirror. Like I talk to myself. Like I gotta give myself pep talks. And
Yeah.
you know, I'm sitting here with this little pill in my hand, and I'm like, this is gonna. If you continue to do this, it's gonna change your whole life, and for the better. You know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I took that very first estradiol pill, and I felt like it did something immediately. You know, like I felt like I'm a girl now. You know, kind of thing. And I feel like I've been a girl all along, you know, inside my head, and I just like haven't been kind of exuding that energy for my entire life. So it was definitely an interesting time for me. But like now, like I'm like 4 days right now, I'm like 4 days behind on my estrogen shot, which like now I do the intermuscular shots, like the actual injections. So that sucks. I hate needles. I know I'm covered in tattoos and I got giant assholes in my ears, but I hate needles. So that's kind of tough.
In the ears, huh?
And like shout out to Planned Parenthood, because a lot of people think that, you know, Planned Parenthood only does what everybody thinks Planned Parenthood does, but they do a lot more. They are the people that supply my hormones, and they're the reason that I'm able to get the gender affirming care that I do. So there's just so many different avenues that like when you first come out, like it seems really confusing. And like, thank goodness I had like Tori to help me through like what I was going through. And so like, she's helped me out a lot. But it's definitely a really confusing time. And even now, like it's really confusing to me because I'm not even necessarily sure like what I'm about. You know, I've only been Ari for 4.5 years. And like where I was like my old self for 23, like I had kind of figured myself out. Like I was playing baseball and I was going to college for like baseball and stuff like that. And now I'm me, and I don't play baseball anymore. And I'm not a guy anymore. And while I'm still me, I'm still Ari. I've definitely changed a lot, but I think I've changed for the better. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, like we said, it's the most important thing is to be happy with yourself. And that is what will, it's very freeing in general. And again, not even just in the sense we're talking about, but just like a life sense. When you start just being you, it's like, oh, damn. It's like, yeah, we're going to cheers to. What are we cheersing to? You say it, not me.
Shut up. Cheers to trannies. I can say it. Okay, chill out. No, I feel like
we got a podcast title, baby.
Cheers to the trannies would be a crazy ass thing to post.
They hear the first joke.
It might be
We might have to do it.
Oh shit, man. Okay.
You said it's all your friends. And they're like, what the fuck did he just say?
Yo, that's so funny that you said that. Cause okay, so I have this group chat. And it's my friends Emily, Sarah, and Leon. And Leon's also trans. And we call in this group chat literally just
like SMS texts, now iMessage.
no, it's on
'Cause
Snapchat.
it's-
It's a group chat on Snapchat. Oh yeah, I just got an iPhone. That's right.
And it's transitioned from. So, yeah, I knew that was. I knew.
Oh fuck. Anyways, I have a group chat with my homies, and we just call it like whenever we're bored, and like whoever answers, and we're just like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
We'll be taking a shot at the bar, and I'm like, "Let me call
Yeah.
the group chat and see if anybody's trying to cheers with me," type thing. And I called them this morning, and this girl answered, and her friend was there, and she doesn't know that I'm trans. And she started talking about how her boyfriend cheated on her and all this. And she was like, yeah, he cheated on me with some tranny bitch. And I'm sitting there on the other end, like, no way that shit just came out your mouth. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. Tell me more. And she starts going off about trans people. And she's just like, they want to be girls, but they'll always be men and all this and this and this. And I'm literally just like in awe on the other end because my homie knows that I'm trans and very much respects me for it. And she's sitting there like confused at why this girl is spouting off about this.
Oh,
And so I was just like, all right, Sarah, see ya. Have a good day. And I just hung up. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not going to call a safe space in my friends just to like have some girl like go off on me about like how I'm not a real woman.
Yeah. Do you think
And,
that,
like-
do you think that came from just the fact that the cheating
Oh,
part
I'm
of it
sure.
more? Okay.
I'm sure, but I think it's like really, really, really ironic that
Yeah.
she's spouting off about
And has
that
no idea.
to me.
Yeah, yeah, it is a very ironic.
And especially in there that she was like, we can always tell. And I'm like, really? Because you're talking to me right now and you're calling people trannies. You're talking to a
You're
tranny.
like-
So like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Oh man. Oh,
Tranny's bad to say?
terrible.
Well, I have no idea why. If you're okay, if you're
It's
welcome
just,
to it.
it's an awful word. I really shouldn't say it. I just like,
I mean, without. Okay.
I think it's kind of like,
We don't have to. I mean, this is.
no,
but
I'm just trying to think of how
it's
to
not
say
something that's in my fucking
it.
vocabulary.
I'm really glad.
But like, it's just something I never knew that, and
No,
you saying
yeah.
it right now, I'm like, oh, I guess I should ask why. I have no idea.
Yeah, I just feel like it's kind of just a word that's like, because that's not who I am, and I feel like it kind of just describes a person as a whole. To say that, whereas
Mm.
like, I am trans, and being transgender is like different than like being a tranny, and I feel like that's just like such a derogatory term, and like I also have like differing opinions because there are some trans people that believe that the word transsexual is derogatory, and there's some that don't think it is. I don't love that word. I think it's just really up to the person. I really shouldn't say it. I feel like cis people really, really shouldn't say it. It's kind of like a white person saying the N-word. I mean, like, it's just kind of like, if you're not
Sorry,
one,
I wasn't ready
like
for you to
if
say
you're
that.
not
I wasn't
but
ready
like
for you to
if
say.
like I'm not gonna say that word.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna say the N-word, but like
clip it.
I'm not. I promise. I'm
No, not that. I meant.
What the fuck? What are we talking
I meant it's
Oh,
similar to that. That's
yeah,
what I
okay.
meant.
So I just like,
But don't worry, we'll bleep it out. We don't do
it's
any
like,
editing.
oh my god, I can't believe you don't edit this shit. But like, I don't know. Like,
Maybe we should edit
I
this.
like, I think you kind of have to like reclaim it. Like, it is so powerful. Like, calling your friends a fag, because like, I'm a fag.
Yeah.
So like, why
Sure.
can't I say it? Like, why can't I say it? It's just like one of those things that like, I know that's horrible. I should stop drinking tequila, but
I was about to say you're cut off. The bar stop serving. No. You don't need it. We're good.
No, I'm sorry.
I gotta
I
catch
just
up. Apparently,
yeah, you
goddamn.
do. I don't know. It's just like if you're gonna call, if you're, I mean, the amount of times that I have been called like these heinous things, I've been told that, you know, that all trans people should be euthanized and that all trans people should be put in a mental institution. Like, there's all these things that, like, if I'm gonna call myself a fag, I'm gonna do it. And like, if you're gonna have a problem with that, that sounds like a you problem. But I feel like a lot of people in my community will like agree that like I gotta be able to make fun of myself. I gotta kind of have that sense of humor about it. Like if I'm gonna be downtown Denver and have somebody call me a fag, like